Hi, welcome back to Tiny Classrooms Live.
Hi, the doctor here, Don Zalou in Taos, New Mexico.
And I'm Artie Nathan here in Las Vegas, the HR guy. And our topic today is emotional well-being in times of crisis.
Ah,
And this is something, Don, that we've talked around about several times already. And I think right now, after 9 weeks of being shut in, people are going a little stir crazy.
yes, they certainly are. And, stir crazy is a sort of a universally useful term, but it kind of means that the vast majority of people say that they're feeling more socially isolated these days than usual. And that there's a great number of people reporting a higher level of stress, just normal stress that's been exacerbated, and that they feel greater anxiety. And many are saying that they feel more emotionally exhausted. And take all that together, and you've got a really depleted individual.
Yeah, it's interesting for me to have a clinical psychologist as a partner on
Mm,
these calls. And these are the kinds of things that he's hearing and seeing today
yep,
in a variety of places. And, managers in general have never really been encouraged to worry that much about emotional well-being. But,
that's
right,
right.
Don?
It's absolutely right, and it's doubly important these days. In normal times, the emotional well-being of your workforce is incredibly important to keep it productive and stable and happy. But in a time of crisis like this, well, you want to keep the door open, don't you, Artie?
Yeah.
You keep the
Well,
door open to that conversation. And so I think nearly 40% or more say that their company has not even asked them how they're doing since the pandemic began.
wow. I think we've talked in the past about listening, and I
Yeah,
think it really has to be supportive listening
right.
of the people that are working for you, because they have to know that you're there and that you care, and that'll help them to feel a little less isolated or a little less crazy in these times.
That's right, and it doesn't mean you have to solve the problems all at once. It really means that you're actually building trust, and we've talked about trust quite a bit before. And there's a notion called reciprocation that can be very powerful as well, which means that you're also sharing with others, with your people, how you're feeling, how you're doing in all of this, so that you're sort of in the same boat together, but you're the one taking the lead in how you're doing, what do you need, and so on.
And I suspect that, like most of us, you're doing that already.
And
And the key now is to be consistent and consistent through this time when we're isolated like this. And if we go back to normal, whatever that looks like, to continue this consistency, because people are going to get used to it and start to expect it from their supervisors.
That's exactly right. And talking to people in a time of emotional crisis is not a one-off conversation. The consistency really means that you're doing it over and over and over again. That they can trust that you're interested and that you're asking about their well-being repeatedly, if you will.
50 years ago when I was at Cornell, I was a teaching assistant for a guy that basically designed the employee assistance programs.
Mm,
And those got, a lot of support over the years.
uh-huh,
And I think that now is a time to make sure you understand as a leader
mhm.
what those resources are for your staff
That's right.
and to communicate them and to let them know they're available and let them know that you support that stuff.
That's exactly right. And also, just as an additional issue here, it's not just that you're taking care of your team, that your managers are taking care of their teams. As the CEOs or senior executives, we're also tasked with taking care of our managers as well. How are they doing? Make
That's
sure that we include management in that discussion.
That's right. This is a holistic kind of approach,
Right.
and it's important. Well, that's our topic for today. We really appreciate your joining us again. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you very much. We'll see you the next time.